Friend, how are you? I'm Advocate Gaurav Kumar Gupta. I am Chartered Accountant and MBA Finance and PhD holder. My project is Derivative Market Future Trend Analysis. आज जो हम टॉपिक डिस्कस कर रहे हैं वो सिविल प्रोसीजर कोड 1908 के बारे में जिक्र कर रहे हैं। सिविल प्रोसीजर कोड 1908 के बारे में जिक्र कर रहे हैं। इसमें बताया गया द कोड ऑफ सिविल प्रोसीजर 1908 इज एन एक्ट नंबर 5 ऑफ 1908, an act to consolidate and amend the law relating to the procedure of the Court of Civil Judicature. Subtitle Commencement and Extend Section 1. This act may be cited as the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. It shall come into force 1st January 1909 में यह आया था, इन्फोर्स हुआ था. It extend to the whole in India except state Jammu and Kashmir repeat. The state of Nagaland and tribal area provide that the state government concerned may by notification in official gazette extend the provision of this code any of them the whole part of the state of Nagaland such tribal area. Definition of section 2 code decree holder district foreign court foreign judgment and government pleader. The case Satyacharan versus Dev Rajan is related to principle of res judicata, where the local limit of jurisdictions of court are uncertain, the place of institution of shall shall be decided according to section 80 of CPC. All civil courts have jurisdiction to try all suit of civil nature except suit the cognizance of which is expressly or impliedly bare, in which case it was held that inherent power has not been conferred on court, it is power inherent is court. Manohar Lal versus Seth Hirala. No appeal shall lie for a decree passed by the court the consent of party. It is provided in section 96(3) CPC. Under order 8 rule 6 CPC, set off may be permitted. Set off claimed by the defendant is a certain sum of money. A civil court cannot issue commission in such case for examining a person. Which section of CPC prohibit arrest or detention of women in the execution of decree for money? Section 56. Section 140 of CPC should be read with order. Order 47 Rule 1. Rejections of plant is mentioned under Order 7 Rule 2. Decree holder means any person is whose favor a decree has been passed and order capable of execution has been made. This definition of term decree holder is mentioned under Section 2 Clause 3 of CPC. Which one of the case is related to second appeal? Madan Lal versus Balkrishna. Order 23 of the Civil Procedure Code applied to the provision withdrawal of suit. Section 115 of Civil Procedure Code provides for the revision. Thus, the summon for service on the defendant can be given to the plaintiff under Order 5 Rule 9A CPC, under which explanation of Section 11 of Civil Procedure Code constructive res judicata has been explained. Explanation 4. Section 80 of Civil Procedure Code provide for place of institution of suit in respect of involved property where the local limits to jurisdictions of court are uncertain. A decree may be executed by either by the court which pass it to which it is sent. Objection as to place of suing shall be allowed in the court first instance in essence of Section 21 of CPC. The period of limitation within which defendant shall submit his written statement in ordinaries within 30 days for service of summons or 90 days if allowed by the court. A person may sue a foreign state only with the consent of the central government. A receiver is an officer of the court. Civil Procedure Code 1908 is not applicable in land law and local law, which provision related with set off under Code of Civil Procedure. Order 8 Rule 6. Under Code of Civil Procedure 1908, an appeal may be filed by way of memorandum. Deemed decree implies last para of the court till decree is prepared, final order of the court, first para of the judgment, last para of the judgment till decree is prepared. The period of limitation, the period of limitation within which defendant shall submit his written statement, 30 days for service of summon. As per section 115, section 100, section 150 of the Civil Procedure Code provide provision for revision. Judgment under section 2 clause 9 of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 means a statement of ground of an order and decree under which provision of Civil Procedure Code temporary injunction are granted under Order 39 Rule 1. Who can file a suit under section 91 of Civil Procedure Code of public nuisance, advocates under two or more than two victim person. The duration of existence of caveat filed under Code of Civil Procedure 1908 is 90 days from the date on which it is was filed. Under which provision of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, collector may be appointed as receiver. Order XL Rule 5 के अंतर्गत under the CPC 1908 no woman shall be arrested and detained in civil prison in the matter regarding to decree related to payment of money dispute in case of breach of term on which injunction was granted under CPC 1908. The court may pass an order of attachment of property and detention in civil prison. Order 39 Rule 2A. How much salary of a person can be attached in execution of a decree for maintenance? 1 by third of salary section 60. In which section of the CPC embrace the principle of restitution? Section 144. Prison as defined in Order 60A of the CPC 1908 include any place which has been declared by the government by general special order to be subsidiary jail, any reformatory postal institution of a live nature. A court can return the plaintiff for presentation to the court in which the suit should have been instituted at any stage of the suit. Under which provision of Civil Procedure Code 1908 a plaintiff is rejected by the court, the absence of cause of action. Order 7 Rule 2A. Under which provision of the Civil Procedure Code 1908 attachment before judgment is provided. Order 38 Rule 530. On which one ground under Civil Procedure Code 1908 a warrant of arrest against a judgment debtor may be cancelled by the court. Serious illness section 59. A decree against Government of India, a state government shall not be executed unless it remain unsatisfied for the period of 3 months. Section 82. Under Civil Procedure Code 1908 copy of plan shall be attached with every summon. Order 5 Rule 2. Which one is not suit of civil nature, suit for recovery for voluntary payment offering. Under Civil Procedure Code 1908 pleading can be amended before the trial court. Civil Court CAD UP Amendment Audience 2003 related to Section 150 CPC. Under Order 6 which are rules of pleading. Plead the fact, not the law. Plead material fact only. Plead fact, not evidence. State the law and plead the fact. 1, 2, 3 and are true. Under the Code of Civil Procedure, an appeal shall lie for with order. Order XLI Rule 70. In the Code of Civil Procedure on export decree can be set aside. Order 9 Rule 13. Order 9 Rule 13 में सिविल प्रोसीजर कोड में एक्सपर्ट डिक्री को सेट असाइड कर सकते हैं. Order 9 Rule 3 में in which case did the Supreme Court uphold the validity of the Code of Civil Amendment Act 1999 and 2002. सेल एडवोकेट बार एसोसिएशन वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया के केस में कहा गया. The Code of Civil Procedure sought extend to the whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir, state of Nagaland, tribal area. A preliminary decree determines the right of the party with regard to some one of the matter in controversy in the suit, but does not completely dispose of the suit in a stage or in working out the right of the parties which are been finally adjudicated by a final decree. Adjudicated by the final decree. A suit instituted in India for enforcing foreign judgment is to file within how many years? Within 3 years from the date of the judgment. Under Order 39 Rule 4 of the CPC, an order for injunction may be discharged, varied, set aside by the court on the application of any party. After withdrawal of suit, a plaintiff can not institute a fresh suit in respect of the same subject matter unless liberty is given at the time of withdrawal of suit. A decree passed in suit under Order 37 of CPC without applying for leave the defend may be set aside under Order 37 Rule 4 of CPC. Injunction cannot be granted in a suit in which the specific performance cannot be enforced. The Code of Civil Proceedings Act is procedure law related to the administrative administration of civil proceeding in India. The code is divided in two parts. The first part contains 158 section and the second part contains first schedule and which 51 order and the rules. फर्स्ट पार्ट में 101 फर्स्ट पार्ट्स कंटेन में 158 सेक्शन है, सेकेंड पार्ट कंटेन में फर्स्ट शेड्यूल है एंड 51 ऑर्डर्स एंड रूल्स है. एन एप्लीकेशन फॉर एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ अ डिक्री इज फाइल्ड विद सम डे beyond the prescribed period of limitation. Delay can be condoned under this inherent power of the court under section 151 CPC, which is leading case on the exclusion of jurisdiction of civil court. दुला भाई वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ एमपी के केस में कहा गया preliminary decree can be passed in suit for partnership, for partition, for position and monthly profit. A pleader has a duty to inform the court about the death of parties under Order 22 Rule 10A CPC. Which one of the following combination res judicata section res sub judice section 11 में जिक्र किया गया, रेस जुडिकेटा सेक्शन 10 में जिक्र किया गया है. एज समन टू विटनेस, विटनेस को जो समन भेजते हैं सेक्शन 80 में कहा गया. विच वन ऑफ द फ्लाइंग केस इज रिलेटेड टू प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रेस जुडिकेटा. सत्यचरण वर्सेस देवराजन के मुकदमा केस में ये कहा गया. सिविल प्रोसीजर कोड यूपी अमेंडमेंट ऑर्डिनेंस 2003 रिलेट्स टू सेक्शन 150 CPC. विच वन ऑफ द फ्लाइंग इज नॉट रूल्स ऑफ प्लीडिंग. स्टेट द लॉ एंड प्लीड द फैक्ट. Where the local limit of jurisdictions of the court are uncertain, the place of institution of suit shall be decided according to Section 80 of CPC. All civil courts have jurisdiction to try all suit of civil nature except suits there cognizance of which is expressly impliedly bared. Expressly or impliedly bared. फिर उसके बाद आइए in which one of the following cases it was held that inherent power has not been conferred on a court. It is power inherent in a court. Manohar Lal versus Seth Hiralal. No appeal shall lie for a decree passed by the court the consent of the party. It is provided in section 96 clause 3 CPC. Under order 8 rule 6 CPC, set off may be permitted if set off claim by the defendant is a certain sum of money. Which of the following combination are correctly matched? टेम्पोररी इंजंक्शन, उसके बाद ऑर्डर 39 CPC, सूट फॉर इंडिजेंट पर्सन ऑर्डर 33 CPC, उसके बाद राइट टू फाइल कैविएट सेक्शन 140A CPC. राइट टू फाइल कैविएट को फाइल करने के लिए सेक्शन 148A CPC में कैविएट फाइल होता है. पॉइंट आउट a decree passed by civil court cannot be executed by any court having jurisdiction concurrent to the court that passed the decree. A civil court cannot issue commission in following cases to execute a decree. Which of the following combination are correctly matched? Equity of judgment, section 49 डेटर CPC. इक्विटी जजमेंट का सेक्शन 49 जिसको हम डेटर कहते हैं. इक्विटी ऑफ जजमेंट का जो इक्विटी होता है. लीगल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव सेक्शन 50 में CPC में दिया गया. पेपर सूट ऑर्डर 33 CPC में दिया गया. विच सेक्शन ऑफ द सिविल प्रोसीजर कोड प्रोहिबिट अरेस्ट एंड डिटेंशन ऑफ वुमेन इन द एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ ए डिक्री फॉर मनी के लिए जो आप करने का मतलब हो गया कि सिविल प्रक्रिया संहिता में कौन सी धारा धन की डिक्री के निष्पादन में स्त्री की गिरफ्तारी या निरोध का निषेध करती है. इसका एग्जैक्ट सेक्शन 56 कहा जाएगा. Section 140 of the CPC should be read with Order 47 Rule 1. Decree holder means any person in whose favor a decree has been passed and order capable of execution has been made. This definition of the term decree holder is mentioned under. इसका डिक्री धारक से कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति विपरीत है या कोई निष्पादन योग्य आदेश किया गया है. डिक्री धारक प्रत्येक की यह परिभाषा वर्णित है सेक्शन 2 क्लॉज 3 CPC में यह वर्णित किया गया। रिजेक्शन ऑफ प्लान इज मेंशन अंडर। रिजेक्शन ऑफ प्लान, वाद पत्र का नामंजूर किया जाना, यह किस में वर्णित है? ऑर्डर 6 रूल 11 में रिजेक्शन ऑफ प्लान को डिस्कस किया गया। वाद पत्र का नामंजूर किया जाना आदेश 7 नियम 11 में दिया गया। आदेश 7 रूल 11 में दिया गया। उसका विच ऑफ द फ्लाइंग कॉम्बिनेशन आर नॉट करेक्टली मैच? एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ डिक्री सेक्शन 70 CPC, लेटर ऑफ रिक्वेस्ट सेक्शन 72 CPC, इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ सूट नॉट मैचेबल। विच वन ऑफ द फ्लाइंग केस इज ऑन सेकेंड अपील? मदन लाल वर्सेस बाल कृष्णा में सेकेंड अपील के बारे में कहा गया। आज का वीडियो यहीं पे वाइप आउट कर रहे हैं।